welcome on Ethical Hacking Yes and WholesomeNet podcast, a special edition called Inspiring Ladies of Cyber. And I wanted to start with a disclaimer, nothing suspicious happening here. We're just talking about cybersecurity, trying to inspire people, trying to inspire other women to enter the field. And another slide I have always, so why am I here? I'm offensive security specialist and I was terrified of public speaking. So I just pushed myself into submitting a lot of public speaking like talks, call for papers, and pushing myself to go on that stage. At first I was terrified, I was super anxious, but now it's getting better. I'm like more confident with that. And my voice is not breaking anymore. So that's I think that's a success after like a year and a half of doing that. And also I've pushed myself into starting a podcast. I had a lot of energy, like creative energy in 2024. And yeah, I wanted to start the podcast for 3 years already. So here we are. And like the purpose of this podcast is highlighting important people in the industry, highlighting inspiring ladies, and like showing other ladies that, oh, look, this lady made it. She's amazing. You can do it too. I bet you're amazing as well. So that's the purpose. And today I wanted guys to introduce you to Lariana Peixoto, and welcome on my podcast. And I wanted you to like first introduce yourself because I think you'll do it best.
Okay. Hello, Dorota, and thank you for inviting me to be here today. It's not a comfortable place to me also, but okay. My name is Lariana, and I am head of cybersecurity and Antifraud in DataRunk. It's a Brazilian company in the south of Brazil, in a small city called Blumenau. It's a German culture city. So I am a teacher also. We will talk about it later. But I started my career in cybersecurity some years ago. But in the beginning, I graduated in telecommunication engineering. So I started all my career in infrastructure and architecture, and I was a specialist in Wi-Fi design and troubleshooting. So I had a lot of years in this world, wireless world, and wireless gave me a lot of friends around the world. So we have a beautiful community in wireless, and even I don't work with wireless anymore, I am part of this community because I have a lot of friends, so it's very nice. And I learned about a lot about cybersecurity in this community also. So infrastructure was my base, and that was good for me because the basics to cybersecurity is very, very important. So I am in cybersecurity and fraud world now. It's great. I love it. We will talk about it in our time here. But that's me. I love to run. I am a runner. Not a good one, but I am improving. It's good for me because it's gave me clarity, and sometimes I am running and oh my god, that's it. It's very good because it gave me a lot of oxygen to my brain, and that's good. And I even I love to travel. I love to stay at home. So I like some silence sometime. So I love to discover, to have a lot of new experience with different cultures, and that's good for me. And I normally see that we have a small world, but we have different cultures, and we can change and teach people with different types of ways to think about things and relationships. That's very nice. I like that. And I am a person that always wants to see value in my work. I love my work. It's one of the most important part of my life. So that's me. We will talk more about some of these topics, but that's Lariana.
Oh yeah, thank you for introducing yourself. You did it perfectly. I wouldn't like come even close with my preparations. And so I want to make a comment to what you said. It was very smart because I do believe if you are in like a city or like country that has a lot of cultures and is like a melting pot, you can expand your brain and like you can spend your consciousness and way of understanding. So I think that's
Yeah,
very valuable.
okay. And that's
So
really true. Oh, in my first time at United States, it was for a conference, WLAN Pros conference, and I would never uh, travel before abroad before, so I was traveling alone, and I just arrived in United States and think, oh my God, I am here. And now I am alone here. It's different. So when I come back from United States, it's like my world, it was, I don't know, 10 times bigger than I used to see. So it's very good. So I think that you can, if you can travel and know different cultures, do it because it's really, really valuable.
yeah, I'd even like noticed that yesterday when I walked to like I came back to the city I was born in, and that city maybe because I was a child and then yeah I was a teenager and like your brain develops over time and your like emotional intelligence as well. But this city like I thought is like a big city and it was my whole world then. But then I moved out and lived in a different country. I traveled the world and I've seen the United States and Canada and like other big countries and big cities and and yesterday I was walking like on the street like I was like yeah I lived on like for many years and I used to think oh this street is so big and like it's like huge and I was like I thought this is big. I was like yeah this is tiny. It's like 15 minutes to go and like this is the end of the street and yeah so like your conscious like your understanding of the world changes over time and you grow like more mature and yeah your brain grows as well and yeah it's a funny thing. I was like thinking about it just now and to
Yes.
come back to my questions because I digress a bit. uh I wanted to ask, you already mentioned running, but like, who is Lariana and what makes her happy? Are there any things outside of work that spark joy for you?
And yes, running it's important for me, but I love to be with my friends. And last year I didn't have too much time to do this, but I'm always with uh, people that I love when I can, and that's my way to stay outside of the work. And I like to watch movies and series, so it's my moment, and I have a lot of this in my time. So that's it. Running, it's now my focus because I want to improve this and have the discipline to have all the trainings and everything. I was better in this in 2022, 23, 24 also. And now I want to go back to my trainings to have my half marathon again. So I will try this again this year.
Yeah,
I
fingers
think it will
crossed.
be possible.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you should do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like you said something very important that you keep running, although you don't think you're like good at it, but that makes you happy, and I think that's super important. And some people don't really understand this. That the point of like you being here on this earth is you just have to be happy with your life, right? Enjoy it.
Yes. Yeah, because we don't have too much time here. We have a lot of time in work and doing something, studying, and we don't have too much time in our life. Not all the life, but any phase of our life, we have sometimes to do things that make us happy. So yeah, I believe this. We need to pursue more things that make us happy. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think we don't have too much time to waste being sad. I know that sometimes we are sad because a lot of bad things happen in our life, but when we have energy, we should pursue all these things that make us happy, even if we have 1 hour, 2 hours feeling that great moment. So I think it's good. It's good to our life.
And I do believe that sometimes people like say, uh, "Oh, I'm depressed." So what being depressed means? So like if you put like the word in two sentences, it's like depressed. You need depressed, but also what like is happening there is probably you did a lot of things that you did a lot of things. You kept yourself busy, but you didn't do enough things that make you happy and that bring joy to you. And like maybe you like drawing, or you like singing, or you like playing an instrument, or like some kind of a sport uh, that you like to be active in. And so you don't if you I actually experienced that firsthand when I was preparing to my OACP exam. I was studying from morning till like dawn for a year, and then at the end of it I was burnt out and I was not happy because I have like this. My mom used to tell me first duty and then fun. So I pushed myself too hard and did only the duty part because it was an important exam, and did no fun. So this is a bad experience. Like this is like a recipe for a disaster. And please don't do it this way. Like
Yeah, and we know that it's not easy. Sometimes we are sad, and sometimes we have problems, clinical problems that don't let us to pursue these things that make us happy. But yeah, if you find something that make you happy, do it.
yeah, I wanted to continue with the questions. And so my next
Okay.
question is, how did you enter cybersecurity, and what was the thing that made you realize, oh, this is it? Like, like light bulb above your head. It's a discovery.
Okay. And like I said, am I in the beginning of my career, most of part of my career now, I worked with infrastructure and networking, and it was awesome because this work we are pursuing that the business stay working, but cybersecurity, it's I realized that it's not enough to be available and working. We need to be safe, and the business it need this now more than ever, of course. And it makes me realize that it's a topic that I like it because I was applying in wireless networks already, and I started to teach cybersecurity a lot of years ago. And I have a friend that we are working together now, and he offered me to come to DataRunk Roberto offered me to come to DataRunk to work with cybersecurity and in a huge project with Antifraud. And it was awesome because we were looking for fraud prevention with all the methodology and all the tools and the way to think about risk to this topic, to fraud. And it was a success. We have a lot of great projects in anti-fraud because DataHunky is a company, it's a data company and work with data to bring intelligence to our customers. So that's that was my lamp. Oh, that's nice. I know that security is the base now to the business continuity. So it makes me pursue a lot of knowledge to this topic, but not only cybersecurity alone. This part of fraud prevention, money laundering, it's a different way to think about cybersecurity. So it's nice, and I love this. And so that's why I am now in this world,
Yeah,
and
welcome.
I like it. Yeah, thank you.
And my next, thank you for sharing the story here. And question is, like, you already have some experience. So, what advice could you give to people trying to enter the industry right now?
Oh, that's a good one. First, it's don't skip the basics. Don't try to be a hacker and don't understand the basics in networking, operational systems. It's very important to have to know exactly what you are trying to maintain safe or what you are uh, trying to test. It's your job now. It's offensive security. It's offensive, but it's security. So it's nice to see it that way. So don't skip the basics, and we need to study all the time. So look for the basics, and I think it's important also to have references in our industry. So you are a reference in our industry now. You are trying to share your knowledge, and there is a lot of good people sharing. So it's important to have these moments to stay in touch with. People that is sharing in our industry. So I think it's the main one is don't skip the basics. The
And
other one I think is I think it's important. It's something that most of cybersecurity people forget. It's know the business that you are working. It's very important because it's something that most of time is missing. How the business of my company works, what's the critical process, what's the assets that really matter to this business, and how can I say and explain to the business what's important to maintain safe, to have the controls, and show them all the impact in the business. It's different than only say, oh, I have a brute force. Okay, into my business, what's the problem? Well, what will you have? What's the risk? And what's the impact that I have? So it's important to business. In our case, we work with a lot of financial services industry. So it's important to know how the business works, where the money is being processing in all the line until the transfer and authorization, everything. It's important because we have very, very good results if you know the business and you can talk with the business with the vocabulary. It's important. So if you are starting now, it's important all the knowledge in cybersecurity, but don't forget to know the business that you are working. I think it's very important and made a huge difference in my career. So I think it's a good one.
Yeah, I think thank you for sharing that, because this is like huge and super important, and a lot of people that just want to be penetration tester want to work like a red team offensive security and hack all the things, and they just go to do that like at work, and they are like surprised that 80% of their job is reporting, and I was like one of those people actually that was surprised. Like I cannot hack all day and like make myself happy with like finding all the vulnerabilities and exploiting them. But I also have to write the reports, and then they are being sent back to me because I didn't. I was too technical. I was maybe not technical enough, or maybe I was too descriptive, or I was not descriptive enough. I didn't use language that is understandable for the business. So that's like huge. That you learn to write your what you do on your computer, like wearing your black hoodie and like sitting in your basement, whatever, just to learn to write it in a business kind of like a language. You have to translate it from techie, like command line language to why should I care? I pay money for that. Like I am the person with the money. Why should I care about? Like, do you have like an exploit here, or that is like a vulnerability? What does it mean? Like I don't really understand what you're talking to me. So like it's super important. Like thank you for saying that. And some of the people, like as I said, are surprised that they cannot hack all the day. But the reporting is like maybe it's the most important part of pen testing, because without the report, all the hacking that you did is like useless. Like what's the point of it? Because that's what the client is paying for, that he understands what is the risks, what he can repair and how to repair it, like what are like, yeah. And if he doesn't understand, then like this is like useless. You just like spend 2 weeks or like doing thing, but I cannot use this. So yeah, that's like super important. Thank you.
And even if you can hacking all the day, you will do it much better if you know the business. Because you can decide, or the company can decide, that you will not talk with the CEO, the managers, and the stakeholders. You will not talk with them about cybersecurity. But if you know the business, you will find different ways to do your job. If you are hacking, you will find a lot of different ways to trying to do your work and show the business that you need new controls, new technology, and or changing the process. It's very important.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, but next question I wanted to ask, like, what are some of the most significant challenges you're facing as a woman in a leadership position? And
Oh,
also like a woman in
that's a good.
cybersecurity, if that's like, yeah, if that's like different.
Yeah, I when I start my undergraduate course, we were 55 in our class, and we have only me and another girl. So it's a challenge since the beginning of all this thing, because, yeah, you know that it we are. I think it's part of our education, because in when we are child, most of I okay, I will start again because it's a culture thing, but okay.
Yeah, I think
I
I
think
know what you're
it's
trying to say, that when I'm sorry to put words in your mouth, but like
no.
I have the same experience, that when I was a child, I was told, and I've noticed that the programming from the society and maybe my family told me to be a good girl, to behave in a good way, and
Yeah, yeah,
not to
yes.
argue, and not to like
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
not sure.
and like
It's
actually
in Brazil, it's too strong, this culture, but I don't know if it's so strong in another countries, but now I know.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like so strong in Poland as well, and also like not to talk back if you are not like talk at all if you're not being asked to speak. And now I have it like struggling talking about like voicing my concerns on a meeting at work, and also yeah, it's like all those, and it's all those things that I have to overcome and learn again to be a grown woman, and like to fight for my rights, and fight for yeah, to have my voice being heard, and not like being silent, being nice girl, not causing any trouble, because that's like how girls should be. Like I d-
Yeah.
like I just want to be me, and I don't want to be like this timid little girl. And just like I am a strong woman, and I just want to be me. And also what I've noticed, that men are like taught so completely like opposite things. So to be like proactive, to go after the target, to I don't know, to run after the ball, to speak your mind, and to be courageous, to I don't know, to not cry too much. Maybe that's not a good thing. And then yeah, so men are like taught all those things that make them succeed better in corporate world, to succeed better in job interviews, because they come confident, they come cocky a bit, they exude like, you know, like yeah, I know what I'm doing. If they don't, they can like kind of like wing it, pretend, I don't know, I don't want to say pretend, but like have like this posture of a person that knows what he's talking about. And women question themselves every sentence, every word, because we were told that it has to be perfect to like go out in the world. And so we are just constantly questioning ourselves. So it's like super hard to be a woman. And like I'm like, even like the Barbie movie was like, yeah, that's so true, you know, like. So I'm sorry, I'm
Yes.
talking too much. It's like it's your
No,
podcast,
no,
you're the guest.
it yeah, it's exactly this because we are educated to be perfect, and it was not different with me, and to be a good girl. So it's difficult when you have to uh, change it. And part of your identity is question for we we do some questions about our identity when we need to not be so good than you the world expected that you were. So I think it's different. We have a lot of uh, now we have more freedom to talk about it, and that's good. And uh, but it's not easy in the beginning. It's not easy because you need to prove that you can do the work and you have the technical skills, even more in technical positions, because you need to prove your technical skills and to prove to yourself that you know enough to do this job. So it's always a challenge. Also in the leadership, it's I think we have different cultures in the world, but in here in Brazil we have much more men in leadership than women. I think it's almost the same in most of the countries, but this is changing. I think it will be different soon. But yeah, it's a challenge because our questions about our capacity to do this job, but it's changing, and I think it's good. In cybersecurity, we have a lot of women working in silence, and I think it's amazing because we are having a lot of new way to do cybersecurity because we look for the details, we look the things in different ways at the same time. So it's good for this work, and I think you are inspiring and helping these women to talk about about our work. So it's important because we have a lot of good women doing this job.
That's so true, and like thank you for saying that. And so it was not just not only me that is noticing that. So I'm like really happy. So, and also like what I was thinking, discovering for myself, and like being a woman, what does it mean? So that's was like one of the things that led me to start the podcast here and start talking about like yes, actually also my like LinkedIn activity is part of it because I wanted to be kind of like look at me, I'm amazing, like that part as well, obviously, but like also like look at me, I'm a woman and I did it and I'm doing that and it's possible. You can do it too. Like so, like watch me. You know, like I will show you how it's done. Like, I mean, not like I will show you, but like lead by example. That's what I'm trying to do on LinkedIn. And I'm not sure if it's like always like super clear. I feel like maybe my profile is sometimes a bit chaotic, but like overall, this is my like my message that yeah, you can do it too. And I'm a woman and I'm an offensive specialist and it's possible. You don't have to like second guess yourself and say, oh, I'm not good enough, because also society told me, and yeah, society told me, like my family, like I don't know, people around me, that I'm not good at math, so I shouldn't go study computer science. I'm not this, I'm not that. And I maybe I didn't have like supportive people around me. Maybe that's like part of it, but not necessarily society. But I'm very capable. I'm very strong, and I can do it. And I believe everyone can find it within themselves. We just were like programmed in a certain way to not cause trouble, to not speak up, and then like also like I think it's a problem that some of the women are like being harassed and or attacked, and there's like like crime is happening around the world and we don't speak up because we're told that, oh, I'm not going in trouble, I don't want to be a bother, but you are the victim here, so why are you silent? We should like yeah hear let our voices be heard around the world, and I believe it's possible. And if people like start speaking up and like creating content and uh, creating ex- uh, like exposing other females and like showing them like yeah, you look at this, like why, what do you think of that? You are super smart, you're probably smarter than most of your male colleagues, so why are you so, you should speak up, because you're amazing, and like show it to them. And yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's not so easy for me because we are always pursuing the. Oh no! Wait. It's not so easy for me because I am here with you, but my confidence and imposter syndrome is huge, and I always want to know every single detail. It when I when I'm trying to explain something, because of course all my, I don't know now, 13 years teaching, I think 13, no, 15 years teaching. And we need to know the details to have good classes. So it's my way to think. Even before this, during my undergraduate and master course and everything that I studied before my career.
But do you
So
think,
I
just sorry, I'm just going to ask a quick question. Do you think that's perfectionism, but or that's like one of the challenges of being a woman and like a leadership position? Like like you have, because I know what you're talking about. I have it too. That's we have to have everything perfect to like be on the same level as men do, because yeah, they are men, so they don't have to try as hard, but we have to try three times harder to be on the same level. So do you think that's like the checking the details is like part of that?
Yes, I think it is because we need to know every single detail how it works, and I think it's something that sometimes give us some afraid to go to these seats. I think it's important also. So I'm trying to share. It's different to classes because in my classes I am always supporting all my women students because we have much more men in networking classes, cybersecurity classes, and programming classes. So I'm always around and supporting them to believe in their knowledge. I think it's important. And the young women always look at us like a reference, so it's important. We had a huge conference here. We have every year a huge conference here. It's Mindesec, and we were there last year, and we had a lot of projects at the same time. And one of the days of this conference, there were a girl that was waiting for me, and I I went there and say hello, and she said, "Oh, I came here just to see you." So
Oh,
when you listen this, you think, "Oh, I she's looking at me like a reference in cybersecurity to feel safe to continue this career." And I think it's one of the important thing. It's safe. It's not easy like every single career in the world. It's not easy, but it's safe. You can come and do your work, show your knowledge. I think it's now it's more safer than before, and I think it's a good way. So this reference it's important to the young women. So your work it's so important also. So I think
thank
we
you.
are doing a good job. I need to share more,
High five.
but yeah, I want to share more, and yeah, I will try to do this maybe 2026 if I can do this more than before. I think
I
it's
think you should.
important.
You
Not
have a
not
lot.
only yeah,
I'm
not
sorry.
only in cybersecurity, but all the financial world around this uh, different way to think cybersecurity to the business. I think it's important to talk about it.
Yeah, and also to like have like a female voice to share it because like as you said, there's like a lot of people looking towards you, and I saw like I have people writing to me messages that like the one that really like struck me was a man that wrote that my daughter is looking up to you, and like
Yeah, that's nice.
yeah, that's like so yeah. I
Yes,
already I asked. Actually, I'm not asking questions, and you're like answering them already. But
it's
so
okay.
I already asked the question, and we talked. What are some most significant challenges you're facing in as a woman in a leadership position? That already done, and already you answered this one. Did you ever feel like you have to try harder to succeed just because you're a woman? If yes, what advice would you give to women that also feel like that? So the first part we already talked about, but maybe you have some advice for the ladies.
Mm, let me think. It's first of all, uh, we are capable and we don't need to know everything. I think it's something important to say. You don't need to know everything. We are learning, and don't be afraid to ask help. I think it's a good one, and try to find some mentorship with another women. It helps a lot because we have some years in our industry, so it helps to, I don't know, avoid some problems that we have. I think it's good. And another advice that I think it's good, and I'm not doing it too much, sharing, it's good because it makes your brain to organize all the knowledge, and you think, oh, I can explain, so I know that. And it makes us more confident in our work. That's good. And in my classes, it happens all the time. So sometimes I am explain something, oh my god, that detail that it was not so clear, now it's perfect. So sharing makes our brain to organize everything, and you can see the gaps that you need to improve. So I think it's good. And just start in a position, ask help when you need, and don't be afraid to ask questions. Sometimes it's like school.
Mhm.
S- some people will laugh or will challenge you. It's normal, it will happen in every career, so don't be afraid of that. And uh, search for help every time you need. I think it's that.
Yeah, I think that's very important, what you just said, and like networking. And because sometimes you see, oh, this woman is like so successful, she's amazing, I want to be like her. But like, oh, I'm sure she will not answer my questions. I will not even send a message. So I just wanted to say, send the message, because we just look
Yes.
cool and like, intimidating and all that. And we just really, we genuinely care. Like, I mean, not everyone is the same, so I just don't want to generalize, but most women really care and want to help other ladies and like pull them up. And like, so if I can let you like climb on my back and like lift you up, and like then you succeed more than I did, because I had like ceilings and something, then I'm super happy, because you made it more easy to for the next lady that will come, and you will help her. So I think we should help each other, and like we should support each other. And even, yeah, like if you have a question, then maybe that woman can like mentor you for free, or like even answer a few of your questions, and that will already help you a lot. So thank you for answering, and I will go back to asking more like professional, uh, pinpoint kind of question. And so you mentioned that you work for various industries, including finance. Can you give us an example of a project you work on in the sector, and what specific cybersecurity concern it addressed? If that's something that you can share, if that's a secret. If you cannot share, then just tell me and I will ask another question.
No, I we can talk about it. I think it's good to talk about it. I will not say any customer name, of course, but financial services is something that I love. So I learned a lot about all the process, how the money is transferring with all these actors in this industry. So it's nice. In Brazil, we have a hard and big challenges around financial services because we have a lot of fraud and a lot of creativity. And so it's a sector that has a lot of compliance and regulatory rules, a lot, because we need it. And but we have a lot of ways to do our work, even in cybersecurity or prevention, fraud prevention, anti-money laundering, and everything around this sector. And in cybersecurity, we had a big challenge last year. Brazil has financial services to instant payment, so it's instant, even instant. So we can do money transfers in milliseconds. So it's very important to our country. But last year we had some major attacks and incidents in the financial services that made us going crazy, because we have a lot of money being transferred from some institutions of our country. So in this moment, that's why I always say that you need to know the business, because that's a business monitoring. The money is going out. We call cash out. So we are looking for this. But we had a big problem in cybersecurity, because the way that they used it to do this attack, it was using legitimate accounts. Now, one the biggest concern is to monitoring the behavior of the users, and most, not only the basic users, but the privileged accounts. It's important what they are doing to look anomalies in insiders movement, because we are having a lot of problems with I don't know if this word in English, cooptation. It's I don't know if it's right, but they are paying to some people that has privileged accounts in this institution, financial institution,
So it's like an
and they
insider
are
threat situation, kind of, right? Insider
I,
threat,
I
something like that.
yes, yes, and they are giving the legitimate accounts to do this movement. So we had a lot of noise in the second semester of 2025. So they are concerned about insider. It's one of these biggest concern. All the monitoring of anomalies with identities. So it's very, very important. Now we had a problem with a lot of cash out. It's million reais cashing out, where the account management was paid to give privilege to someone in the company, so they started a big transfer. So we are monitoring not only cybersecurity, that is very important. We could stop one of these attacks only monitoring the behavior of the accounts, but we are monitoring all the behavior of the money also. So it's a challenge now. The financial services has a lot of new rules since December of the last year, because we have to improve all the security in this sector. And this sector we have a lot of CISOs in the same table of the CEOs and CFOs to try to understand all this impact. So it's a change in our sector, and cybersecurity has a new position to the business. It's not only maintain its working, we need to be worried about the impact of the business. So I think it's improving in the financial sector here in Brazil. It's one of the sectors that is improving fast, because we need the money is going out in seconds. So we need to do it.
Yeah, that's thank you for sharing, and that's like really, I would say like really cool. That this is like massive amounts of money, and you manage to monitor that and stop attacks. That's like really like amazing. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and we have a lot of use cases when we are monitoring to fraud prevention, to see the money traveling around the accounts, but we can see a lot of money laundering also. So and all of this money that is cashing out and being laundered in these accounts, we know that that's the financial of the organizing crime. So we need to know about it also, how the organizing crime is using the financial sector to have this money and improve their way to manage their money. So it's different. We are learning a lot about it. In our case, in DataRunk, we have this knowledge in our team. So SOC team knows about the way how the organizing crime uses this account to move the money, for example. So we have a better response when we have alerts around the business, when you see the money moving. So it's it's a nice intelligence that we are trying to help our customers to build in their environment, or we can operate off this instant response around the business or cybersecurity, because now they are the same to the sector. So it, I will say the same that you. It's nice because I love this word. I love to stop their movement. It's very nice when you
Satisfying.
detect when you detect a new anatomy at, attack. It's nice because you can put the controls in cybersecurity and business side, so you can see that they are moving to another anatomy, and that's very, very cool. So I love this
Yeah, you feel like,
part
oh,
of the work.
I'm satisfied. I succeeded here, and like this is my win. So that's really great.
Yeah.
So that's like because sometimes we feel like the criminals are like organized. They have a lot of money, and sometimes the defenders are not as rich and like yeah. And if we are winning against people that are like many and they have time and like spend the whole days to create an attack, then I think that's like amazing because we only have 8 hours in the day at our jobs, and they have like like it's like not fair, not a
Yes.
good comparison between forces. So if you're winning, that's like yeah, that's yeah, that's amazing. Okay, my
Yeah.
next
Yeah.
question is, as a cybersecurity advisor, you work with clients to implement various security measures. What advice would you give to businesses looking to improve their cybersecurity posture?
I think one of the things I like to say to our customer that we don't need to protect everything at the same time. So if you are starting to improve your controls and all the security, uh, yeah, implementations in your company, we need to start with that thing that is really important. So I think it's something important to start all this thing. And another thing that it's important is to trying to show to the business that security is not a tech problem. It's everyone problem. It's a risk managing strategy. It's a lot of strategy around this. So I think it's something that they start to think in a different way, because they need to pay for all of this. So I think it's you need to know and understand all the cruel jewels to protect what is very important first.
Yeah,
And in the other way, I think it's one of the things in the technical side, it's important is zero trust.
yeah,
In Brazil, we have a culture that we trust in people. It's difficult to Brazilians to show that they don't trust. So that's a problem. It's a culture problem, because in Europe we don't see that happening too much. If you want to put some controls that the person feels that, oh, they are don't trusting me, you don't care if you are doing to protect your company, your business, and everything. And in Brazil we are changing this mind to, yeah, it's zero trust, but it's not against you, your person. It's against the possibility of the exploration of your account on everything, or all the social engineering. So it's important to have this. And another advice that I could say to improve, it's to invest in people, not only in tools, because we have a lot of tools, and it's not, but not every company invests in people, because we have a lot of process, and cybersecurity is not a technology thing, it's a technology process and people thing, and everything needs to be aggregated to work good, to work in the right way. Because I don't care if I have to, if my team is not capable to answer to the problems that is happening. And we have a lot of special things. Threat intelligence is something that need a lot of investment in people, because it's much more people than tools, and everything is SOC is a it's it's a good point also, because SOC, I need to invest in people's knowledge and people's mental health, because if we have a cybersecurity team suffering, not only SOC, every position in cybersecurity, it's a risk to the company, and they need to understand that. If our team is suffering, it's worried, it's sad, it's a risk to the incident response uh, um, process. So it's important to see this. It's not only technical knowledge, we need to look for the people and invest in this safety and health. I think it's important also. So to improve cybersecurity, and the most, we need process, people, and technology, and we need to protect what is really, really important for the company.
Yeah, exactly. And I love that you said that, because some people, like some CEOs, believe that if they have like a SOC with big screens, the latest software, the latest tools, and the better tools that our competitor has, they're like winning. But actually, if they don't invest their time and like training into people, then like the tools are useless pretty much, because it's the people that use their brains to work with the tools. Not everything can be done with the tools, AI. You need people, you need to take care of your human resources, and that comes first. And some like CEOs, some managers don't really understand that, and I think it's a shame. So I'm very happy that you said that out loud. It's super smart.
Good.
Okay, and I wanted to ask about your teaching and education experience. My next question is, you're a professor at Senac Santa Catalina. I hope I said that correctly.
Mhm.
Teaching
It's
courses
perfect.
in cybersecurity and related subjects. What inspired you to share your knowledge with students, and how do you approach teaching this complex subject?
Oh, that's a good point. Like I said, I am teaching, 15 years now, and I am 11 years in Senac Santa Catarina. And Santa Catarina is our state. Senac, oh my God, it's an institution that we have in all states of our country.
Mhm.
So Santa Catarina, it's one of the managements. They are, we manage all the education, everything in our state. So uh, I love teach. I love to share with my students because you see that you are giving them a short street with a lot of details that you already know. So I think it's very important. And when you see one of your students shining their eyes because they understand what you are talking about, it's, I don't know, it's one of the best
Mm.
sensations that I had. It's very, very nice because you are changing their minds to something that will be so important to them in the future. So I love to teach, and to teach all these complex topics. I always start with the basics. They need to know the basics to try to understand all the complexity that they will find in the future. So I try to have a lot of ways to explain something. I always try to find something that's it's in their life, because it's difficult to explain wireless. You can see it's something that just happened, and you need to explain a lot of complex terms and concepts that you need to have to bring it to the classroom. So we need to try to change the words to make it make sense with the students. Cybersecurity is not different, because they came to the classes in the first day, and my first phrase to them is, "We will not hacking anything." So they, "Oh no, teacher, please." So we start with the concepts and basics and all the worry that they need to have with this starting, and during the classes we are improving these moments with them. And something that I am always worried in my classes, cybersecurity classes, it's talk about ethics with them, because they are curious, they want to do things, and one most of these things can impact someone or some companies, so they need to be aware about this. But it's not easy to teach, but I always try to have um, sessions that they build the knowledge in their brains. So it's nice. I love teaching. I think it's one of the things that um, put us in a special place to these people. I'm not teaching
Having an
now.
impact.
I am not teaching now because I am traveling a lot, so I don't feel it's fair with them if I fail in my classes. But I love this. I love the teaching.
Thank you for answering. I'm learning so much from you. You're super inspiring woman. And my next question is, I'm surely going to wrap up, but like I still have some serious questions here. So, as an advisor and educator support for Programa Joven Programador, I hope I said that correctly.
It's
W-
perfect.
What role do you play in promoting diversity and inclusion in STEM fields?
Cool. And Jovem Programador, it's a program to prepare people more than 16 years old until
Ooh.
100 years old. Yeah, and it's for free. It's nice because we are having really good results with this program, and it's the 60th edition this year. So we have completed 5 editions, and in these 60 editions now, we just um, published the selection of this year yesterday. It was nice. It was more than 1,000 seats in the classes around all our state. So in the 6 editions, we had more than 24,000 people trying to enter in this program, and we had more than 5,000 seats in this program to 23 cities in our state. So it's a very nice program, and I used to work in the workshop to selection and in the front of the hackathon in the end of the program. But now I am just advisor to them to maintain the program, to try to help like I can in the behind of the scenes, because I don't have too much time now to be all the time with the program. But I have the honor to make part of this. It's very important for me, and we have a good team working with this. Our main coordinator of this program is Juliano. He's he's the base of all of this working all of this time, but because it's a complex program, we have a lot of cities involving and a lot of students, and a lot of students with different ages at the same classes. So it's very nice. I love this program, and DataRunk is it's supporting the Jovem Programador also. So I have 2 times honor to work to them since the beginning of the program, and now DataRunk is supporting them also. So I think it's very nice, and my role here is around this point. In every year we have more women trying to enter in this program, but the normal we have 1/3 of the persons that are trying to enter are women. And this year we have a class. One of the cities has a class only for women, so it will be nice. They will have a different T-shirt with the Jovem Programadora. That's the women term to in Portuguese. So it will be nice, and always that I have the chance to talk with the students. I always put all my position, technical position and IT industry position to 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 be this reference to them also, and to support the girls in this program. So it's very nice. I have a lot of proud of this work. Yeah, it's
And
very
yeah,
nice.
that's amazing. Thank you for doing that. Okay, I will ask a question that is a bit like you already answered half of this question, but maybe you can still answer the second half. And so the first half is, can you share some of the most significant challenges you faced in your career as a cybersecurity professional, and how do you overcome these obstacles, challenges?
Um, yeah, I had a lot of this challenge, but with my personality, I would love to have more time because I always want to know everything to do my job better. But we have a lot of things to do, so I think it's difficult.
So probably the obstacle would be that the time is like limited, and you have to pick when you have to move on. And like, although you're not happy,
Yes, yes, yeah, and one of them it was this one, and we don't have nothing to do about it because time is something that we don't have control. So that's it, and there is something that is important because I always genuine worried about the business of our customers. So it's something that was difficult to me. It's to have incidents, for example, in cybersecurity, and don't suffer too much with this, because I put all my energy to help, to do my best, to trying to stop all the things. And this, it's it's like I am part of the team, so it's not a problem. I will always be like this, but I just need to be conscious that it can have impact in my life. So
Yeah, burn
I
you out.
I need to, yeah, I need to take care of this. So I think it's one of these things. Study and all the challenges are.
Yeah, it's important to like set boundaries and like yeah like know when your time is valuable and when you want to like maybe you're feeling
Yes,
too
and
tired. Yeah.
yes, and studying and all the challenges to be a woman in the cybersecurity and IT industry was something that I was trying to stay stronger to do this. And yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, thank you. Uh, that's good. That's a good answer. Thank. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm scratching. That's a good answer. Thank you for sharing. And so next question is I just wrote it down. It's a surprise question. So if you don't want to answer or you don't have an answer for that, that's perfectly fine. So what
Okay.
is your biggest mistake and what you learned from it and what was your biggest win?
That's
But the mistake part, if you don't want, you don't have to share.
no, but I have a lot of mistakes, and I'm trying to improve all the time. One of the mistakes that I am managing, not a mistake, technical mistakes. I had a lot. I stopped all my global and all the global network of the company that I work in. That was my first job, because I just put a command in the router and stop everything, all the units around the world. So it was terrifying, because it was my first big mistake with a huge impact in all the company. And that's it's something that I have in my mind. But I have a lot of mistakes, like it's not technical ones, but this thing that I want to have a perfect thing to say that's done. And that's a problem, because it takes too much time to be very, very good, and you will not ever never be perfect. So it's something that
Yeah, but what I can see say from my experience, I was like that before as well. And what I learned was that I have to set a boundary with myself because I know that and like I understand if I focus too much on that polishing that one thing that I'm working on, then I'm like kind of
yes,
procrastinating the next thing that is waiting for me already, and that like time is ticking on the next thing. I should go there, but I'm like still here because it's like I kind of like I don't want to go there, or it's like kind of like procrastinating that. So it's fine. You have to sometimes like just say, okay, this is good enough, and then I'm happy with being good enough. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not perfect. No one is perfect. And just move to the next thing because your time is more valuable than what you're working on, like polishing it. And like, yeah, just like think, my time is like precious. I have only this much years to live still, and I have to go outside and like live life and like not sit here. So
yes.
that's like an important boundary to create.
Yes, it was perfect, what you said. And when, um, let me think. I think all these projects that we are working around financial sectors are important, because it's different in our country and we have a lot of good results about it. And DataRunk I am in DataRunk since the beginning, so I always look to this company like a big win all the time because we are growing. And when I see all the faces of our team smiling and being part of this company, I think it's something that I have a lot of a big proud to be part since the beginning, because it's beautiful when you came from the holidays, Christmas holidays and New Year, and you see all the team entering the door and with the smile that they want to do the work and want to improve what we are doing. It's something that makes me feel, yeah, we are winning all the time. So it's something that I have really, really proud of this work.
Yeah, that's actually, thank you for sharing that. And I think that's very important that you can have like be proud of building a healthy and nurturing environment for your employees. And like not every like leader can do that. So if you, yeah, you could probably teach some companies how to achieve that, because yeah, that's like sometimes the company has like a super toxic environment, and so yeah, yeah, that's like important. Thank you.
Yeah,
And
we have
so
a lot of leaders in DataRunk. Uh, I think we are working to have this uh, healthy and safety environment, at the same time the inspiring environment to know where we are working. So, and what's the impact of our work. When we say to our team that we had a project that avoid, for example, to people, normal people lose their money, it's the money to eat, and we are working to this, to not let this money to achieve the organizing crime and everything. So it's nice to see their mind changing to why we are doing this. So it's nice.
yeah, that's, you're changing like, yep, so changing lives, but like in a positive way. So that's very
Yeah.
important. Thank you. And so I have only three questions still to ask. So if you would go back in time 10 years and give yourself an advice, what would it be?
That's a difficult one, but I have some things about it. The first one, and it's don't be afraid to break, to fail, to fall. I think it's something important, and we are always learning all the time. So don't be afraid to make mistakes, to ask. I think it's something important. You don't need to be perfect and you don't need to know everything. I think I would say it for me a lot of times, because you don't need to be perfect. And now I am the adult that is talking to this my own child. You don't need to be perfect. You don't want to be perfect, because if you want to be perfect, it's a problem, because we you will never be perfect. So it's not make any sense. So a lot of another thing that I think it's important is to trust in the intuition and say when you are feeling something. In cybersecurity, feeling is something that is important. Even most of people say that something technical, but it's not only technical. We have feelings around what is going on. And this week I heard from our one of our customers. It was the first time he said, uh, I need someone that have the feeling, have in tell me the intuition what's going on. So I it was different for me. It was nice because it's something that I really believe. So in the last one, maybe it's don't be afraid to say no. And we we talk about it. we were educated to be the good girl, and the good girl never say no. And when we say no, the world look at us, no, but
So I don't
it's
understand
not the
why.
normal you say no. Yeah, why you are saying no? Yeah, and I think I would say that you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to know everything, and don't be afraid to break something. Say no and trust in your intuition. I think it's very good to every career, and to cybersecurity, all of this, it's very important. So I think that's it.
Yeah, yeah, and what I really love that you said like that to your daughter. You say you cannot be perfect, and but she was burned perfect. Like every one of us was like already, because I think the chase about perfection is for feeling like worthy or valuable. But like yeah, because I'm building my confidence as well. So I'm discovering that I was born worthy and I was born valuable, and I don't have to like constantly be better and like elevate myself and like work on myself and improve, because I was born perfect, and like yeah, nothing else I could like fix, and I shouldn't fix anything, and because I'm already like the thing, like I'm like
Yeah.
me, and so like
Yes.
how more perfect can I be? Like yeah, I mean you obviously you have to learn and you have to work on yourself and your mental health and like emotional development, but it's not like it should be like a constant project that I'm never good enough because I have to be better and I have to do this class, read this book, like do this and do that, but like feel like okay, I'm enough. I like this is like fine. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's like what I'm learning for myself as well. So thank you for sharing. That's a very good advice. Very good. I would yeah probably should say that to myself, or like maybe some other ladies can get inspired from what you just said. So I
Good.
have two questions left, and I kind of like I will cut that out. I have to go because my cat is paralyzed, and
Yes.
he's like you can probably hear him. So my last questions are my last two questions are
Oh.
favorite hacker movie and favorite food. If you don't have a favorite hacker movie, then maybe like a book or like a TV show or like your yeah something pop culture.
Yeah, I think it's the classics are nice because of the way we see the world now. For example, war games. I think it's nice because we are seeing the world in sci-fi, and now we have this in real world. So it's nice to see. And I like Mr. Robot also. We have a lot of different ways to show our work, but there we have a psychological side of hacking that I think it's important, but at the same time, it worries me in sometimes because some people can think that the cybersecurity is uh, that is showing in the Mr. Robot, but I think it's nice shows that in our industry. And favorite food, and I like Brazilian churrasco. It's meat and barbecue, and it's nice. And beans, but our beans is salt beans, so we have something called feijoada. It's beans with pork meat. It's very delicious. I love it. And fries are my favorite food. I love it. Yeah. I like hamburgers and pizza, but I am lactose intolerant, so I need to eat everything without cheese. So it's not so fantastic, but it's good. I like it.
Thank you for sharing. Now I got excited, and cheese got mentioned, so like I'm like super excited. I discovered French cheese like last year, and oh my god, I gained so much weight because it's so tasty. But I'm also lactose intolerant, so that was really experience that was like fun, tasty, but like also like yeah maybe a bit painful. But yeah, okay. Uh,
Yes.
thank you for sharing all of your answers and sharing your knowledge with us and inspiring ladies, inspiring women, and being this like amazing person in the cybersecurity scene that others are looking up to, like younger women. So I'm really like appreciative of who you are as a person and as a professional as well. And so you're fighting a good fight there. So the last thing that I wanted to ask you, so if you want to say something at the end, like say something inspiring, or maybe I didn't ask a question and you want to say, like share something about yourself that I didn't ask, then now is your time.
Okay. First of all, thank you again to be here. It was very nice. I was nervous in the beginning of our call, but it was very, very nice. And I am always available to share and to be with you and this mission that is make women more comfortable and more safe in our world. I think it's a good thing to do. And I think I talk a lot about uh, things that I want to share with these women that is starting their career, but don't be afraid. It will be hard. Sometimes it will be very hard, but it's a good feeling when you see that you can make the difference in the company or with the customer or with your community. So share your knowledge. It's for me also. I'm saying this for me also. Share your knowledge. Look for help if you need. So I think that's it. There is a lot of things to do, and we need more women in our world. So, in cybersecurity, so come, don't be afraid, and we will help every every time that you need. So, that's it.
Thank you, and like thank you for like saying it, because that's like really amazing that you want to support other women and like other people as well. So yeah, thank you again, and I'm going to wave. That's it for today, and
Thank you, Dorota. Bye
thank you.
bye.
So I'm going to mute myself soon, but like I just wanted to share my social media at the end. And thank you for watching and like staying till the end. It's like an hour or like more already. So that's an amazing that you've been here, and hopefully see you on the next one. And bye.